Would you like to be able to layer fabrics like a pro? If you could tour designers' homes, you would see a recurring theme. They all use a lot of different fabrics and they layer them. And before you can do that, you kind of need to understand the vocabulary of fabrics that designers use. And that will help you to see which fabrics combine well and why. And it will also help you to see that fabrics alone, without even changing anything else, can change completely the feeling of your room, the look, and the mood. So in this video, I'm going to show you a bunch of different fabrics. Some you may have heard of, some you may not, and show you how they can be combined and what the rules of combining them are so that you can layer fabrics like designers do. You'll learn what is toile and what is icat and how do you pronounce boucle. Boucle. There are two accepted pronunciations. Whether you're going for a coastal casual living room like a Nancy Meyers movie or a warm and cozy cottage like Ralph Lauren, there's one thing that they have in common. They use the fabrics to bring a certain feeling to the space. And you can too. I'll finish up with some tips on where I like to buy fabrics. Let's start off with a classic French country bedroom. This bedroom has a lot of fabric layered in here, but the curtains are toile. The bench is a ticking, and then there's a lot of just neutral linen solids. And toile is a pastoral fabric. It's got a really big pattern to it. Toile comes in green, pink, black, blue is the most common. And there actually are some modern toiles that I spotted during my Homeworthy binge tour. There are lots of different varieties of toile. Ticking was a fabric that came about because it was used to cover mattresses, but it has more of a rustic, soft feeling to it. So you see it in a lot of French country, a lot of farmhouse, a lot of rustic, and in a lot of traditional spaces. So now let's look at a more sophisticated room. This room has a chevron wool couch. The chevron gives the couch kind of a menswear elegant look to it. And then it has damask drapes, which add a lot of drama to the space. And then it has a velvet chair, which gives the room a really rich, cozy feeling. Each pattern plays a different role in the space. The small scale chevron is almost like a herringbone, which is another small menswear fabric that is used in a lot of upholstery. And the damask is a large pattern, and the velvet is a solid. So here you see this pattern recurring in this room. 3 different scales of fabrics. Houndstooth and chevron are both classic geometric patterns, and you can find them even in more modern color combinations. Here's another look at a combination of fabrics with a plaid chair, a leather couch, and there's 2 rooms. In one example, the drapery is a paisley, and in the other one, the drapery is a floral. And you can see that changing that one fabric can give the room a completely different look. The plaid combines well with the paisley, which is kind of a teardrop shape, or a floral and a solid. Here's an example of an icat bench, which adds a real statement, with the velvet curtain and then smaller geometric fabrics paired with those 2. So you can see in most of these combinations, there's a large scale, a small scale, and a solid. That's an easy way to combine fabrics. 3 easy rules to follow about pattern mixing. Check out this video. So if you're around a lot of designers, one thing you'll hear them talk about a lot is Schumacher fabrics. And Schumacher is a really upscale icon in the fabric industry. And if you are buying a Schumacher fabric, you're spending $200 or $300 a yard. There are similar looking fabrics at a lower price range. That's one thing I saw over and over again during the Homeworthy tours was all of these designers had Schumacher fabrics on their windows and upholstery. But if you can't afford to be in that price range, you can get a lot of really great fabrics on Etsy and Spoonflower. And what I really love about Spoonflower in particular is that if you find one pattern that you really love, you can get it in lots of different types of fabric. You can get it in a thin cotton. You could get it in a denim. You can get it in so many different weights so that it can be used for different things. And almost every pattern is available in lots of different colorways. Not only are there lots of different patterns, but almost every pattern, if you like the pattern, you can get it in different colorways and different fabric weights. What I think you could take away from these pictures is that fabric can play a huge role in your room's look and feel, and it's one of the easiest things to change. You can change your drapes, you can change one upholstered piece, you can change a bunch of accessories like throw pillows, and your room can have a completely different look. In fact, if you have a solid colored couch, which is another reason why I like to get solid color foundational pieces, because then you can really change up the look and feel of your room without changing a lot, without changing the expensive things. And the easiest way to see what fabrics look like combined without getting a lot of samples is to put all the fabrics that you like onto a mood board. And I did another video about how simple ways to make a mood board on Canva. Be sure to check out the links in the description for helpful resources for fabric. And I'll see you in the next video.